How you doing? I'm Callan and this is Slapped Ham. Boy, we've got an action-packed episode for you today, so hit that subscribe button and get ready for more creepy content, just like this. Our first clip of the day was captured by a home security camera back in November 2022. It was uploaded to TikTok by Destroyer667. It begins with a young girl talking to her dad as she plays on the computer. The dad says he's going to take a shower and that she should finish up and go to bed. But after the dad leaves, things turn weird pretty quickly. Watching that again, two of the dining room chairs seem to slide across the floor all on their own. The girl gets up startled, calling out to her dad. Her reaction looks quite genuine, and unless someone in the family's playing a prank on this poor girl, you have to wonder what's really being caught on camera here. Camila Larez is a prominent Brazilian social media influencer with millions of loyal fans across the world. Her regular content tends to be vlogs and challenges on YouTube. However, she recently posted a dance to TikTok and Instagram, and people are getting freaked out by what's being captured. Take a look. At first, it's incredibly hard to spot, but after the camera falls over, if we slow it down, you can see what looks like a transparent person in the background. They have an ethereal quality about them and don't appear as defined or detailed as you'd expect someone to be over that distance. When the clip hit social media, it quickly went viral. Thousands of comments poured in trying to make sense of the eerie figure. Naturally, a lot of people immediately said it was a ghost, while others thought it could be a hoax, saying that a cut in the footage might have happened when the camera falls over, allowing them to stage the figure in the background. Given that Larez is an influencer, it's possible this could be a stunt for views. But what do you think? Is this a ghost caught on camera, or just a plain old hoax? Let me know down below. This next video, uploaded to YouTube by RickNowTV, is chilling to say the least. In the description, the YouTuber says that he began to feel as though he was being followed by an evil presence, and that for about a month prior to capturing this footage, he'd been seeing an increasing number of nuns walking down the street. However, it seemed that whenever he asked someone if they too could see them, no one else could. Finally, one day he decided to take out his camera. This is the footage he captured. Take a look. The video appears to have been filmed out the back of a moving car. On the left-hand side of the road, there are several darkly clad figures that certainly look like nuns. As the footage continues, more and more of them can be seen. To add another level of creepiness to this clip, there also appears to be a strange transparent figure captured in one of the buildings as he drives by. can be hard to see at first, so here it is slowed down. So it seems that this footage does indeed prove that this YouTuber was seeing the nuns, but why does he believe no one else could see them? And why were there so many of them walking in one line? And what about that other creepy figure filmed in the building? Love to hear where you land on all this in the comment section down below. A group of paranormal investigators have captured an eerie photo inside of a 17th century close, and many viewers are calling it a genuine ghost caught on camera. Mary King's Close is said to be one of the most haunted places in Edinburgh, with reports of ghostly apparitions and strange occurrences dating back to the 17th century. Visitors to the close have reported seeing ghostly figures, including those of a little girl and a man in 17th century clothing, as well as hearing strange noises and feeling a sense of unease. Some have even claimed to have been touched or pushed by unseen entities. It's the 28th of November 2009, and the Ghosts of London team are investigating the old Mary King's Close underground vault, which runs along Edinburgh's historic Royal Mile. It's late, and the Ghosts of London team are the last to leave the building. As they depart, they take a few last snaps and head out of the vault. The team hadn't thought anything too strange had happened during their investigation. That was until they reviewed their photos some days later. In this photo, which was uploaded to Facebook by Disbelief Paranormal, you can see one of the Ghosts of London members taking one of the last photos of the night down a darkened staircase. At the end of the stairs, on the right, you can see what appears to be a face peering out from one of the side rooms. Here it is zoomed in. Now we can see the figure much more closely. The team confirmed that there was no one else in the building when this was taken. Even more alarming, the door where the figure is standing had been closed and locked only seconds before this photo was taken. Mary King's Close was the site of a devastating outbreak of the plague in the 17th century, and it's said that the spirits of those who died from the disease still linger there. Some visitors claim to have felt a sense of illness or sickness while in the close, and others have even reported feeling as though they're being watched by unseen eyes. Ghost sightings have been reported on the property for centuries. One possible explanation is that the vault was one of the closest buildings to Nor Loch, a contaminated and stagnant body of water that once pooled near the outskirts of Edinburgh. Some historians have suggested that the built-up gases from the swamp may have created an eerie glow effect deep within the vault, causing villagers at the time to believe that ghosts were lurking. It's also been suggested that the gas may have caused hallucinations. While this may have accounted for some of the earliest alleged ghost sightings, Nor Loch was drained and developed in the early 19th century. So then, how does one explain the eerie face that appeared in this photograph? For now, this image will be another tantalizing piece of evidence that Mary King's Close may indeed be haunted. In September 2019, some striking footage emerged that left viewers wondering whether aliens are refueling their ships here on Earth. The clip originally aired on Spanish national television when local news broadcaster Agencia 6 played a clip of a thunderstorm that hit the city of Alicante. After it aired, University of Alicante student David Gutierrez Roca was certain the footage showed something a little more mysterious than a heavy electrical storm. Roca wrote to the media station asking for the footage, and this is what he discovered. It can be hard to spot at first, but if we slow it down, you can see several glowing lights emerge from the storm. Here it is again with a high contrast filter. Here you can see that there's definitely something hovering among the clouds. The footage has left some UFO enthusiasts wondering whether alien craft can refuel their ships during electrical storms. This comes off the back of a sighting in Wisconsin in July the previous year. This photo here shows an enormous oval shape that only appeared with a flash of lightning during a heavy thunderstorm. Other ufologists speculated that they're not refueling, but rather using the storms as camouflage so they can better observe Earth while remaining undetected. Of course, these are all just theories and nothing official has been concluded. There are some versions of the footage that claim NASA is investigating the sighting, but no statement has ever been made. Here's a quick little one that's been going viral over on Twitter. It was uploaded by City Paranormal. Take a look. It's not known exactly when or where this was filmed, but the camera holder is clearly spooked by a dark figure hiding among some tombstones in a cemetery. Looks like a grey face with dark, sunken eyes. Despite the clip going viral, viewers are divided on what it shows. Some say it's probably just a homeless person wondering why they're being filmed, but others aren't so sure, claiming that the grey, featureless face is far too spooky to be dismissed as just a person lurking among the gravestones. This next video was uploaded to Reddit by user Pneumatic Capacity. Take a look at what their security cameras captured. About halfway through the clip, a dark figure seemingly emerges from the shadows. It makes its way from right to left before disappearing from sight. The figure's appearance and the way it moves makes it look as though it's made of shadows. While the figure itself certainly looks spooky, several viewers were quick to suggest that this lagging effect can be caused by a camera's low compression rate. Others noted the lack of light and other objects in close proximity as possible reasons for the strange figure's movement. Unfortunately, as is the case with many similar home security videos, there's no definitive evidence to prove that the figure is actually something supernatural. So we'll throw this one out to you, the viewer. Does this footage show a shadow person or other paranormal entity, or is it just an issue with the camera's compression rate? Watch again and let me know in the comments down below. This clip, which was uploaded to TikTok by Terra S Nocturnals, shows something that so far no one's been able to quite explain. The camera holder says that she's at work and that something super strange has been captured on their security cameras. Followed by another colleague, they show us an elevator area at the workplace.
Imagínense que hay un estacionamiento.
They explain that this is where the strange sighting took place.
Chequen esto, porfa. Y ahorita les anexo la evidencia.
Now take a look at what the cameras caught. An eerie figure walks by the elevators. Whatever it is, it has a severe hunch and limps with a strange gait. No one at the workplace has been able to identify this figure, and the sighting remains a complete mystery.
Oh, man.
Captured by paranormal investigators hunting the unknown, this next video might have captured evidence of a ghost roaming the ruins of the Knowltown Church in Dorset, England. The church was built in the 12th century on top of a pagan worship site using stones from the original structure. In the late 15th century, the area saw despair as the population of the then thriving village of Knowlton was struck down by the plague. Those who managed to survive fled the area and the village soon fell into ruin. Despite this, the church remained in use right up until the 18th century when its roof eventually collapsed. Today, those who visit the building are treated to an eerie glimpse into its past, one that's seen more than its fair share of death and decay. To this day, there are several spirits that supposedly haunt the church and its surrounding areas. One, a phantom horse and its rider, are said to gallop across the site in the dead of night, passing straight through the church as if it wasn't even there. A woman and her children who were visiting the church during the day are said to have seen a tall figure dressed in black seemingly appear from nowhere. The figure walked right across their path, then vanished from sight. Paranormal groups investigating the site have supposedly heard disembodied voices and even seen strange swirling white mists. In the Hunting Unknowns video, we see one of the investigators attempting to make contact with any resident spirits.
Hello, if there's any spirits with us, can you come and touch this device in my hand, please?
He holds out the device, and a few seconds later, the meter begins to register activity.
You see that?
No, what?
Got that on camera, I got that on camera, it just went orange. Swear to God,
you
mate.
do that again, please, if that was you, so I can see it. Wow.
Wow.
You flash it to red, please.
Wow.
Wow.
Bravely, the investigators continue exploring the old ruins.
What we'll do is set this up, I'll put some balls out.
The pair then decide to place several motion-sensing balls around the premises, hoping that they'll be able to detect something that their eyes can't see.
So where's the balls? You put one out there, yeah?
One there, one up there, and one here.
So if you stand where you are, and I'll stand here, we will both just ask some questions, yeah?
And it isn't long before they begin to light up.
Guys, my EMF's in my pocket, and it's going off. Oh, the ball's going off, the ball's going off! The ball's going off!
Wow, what's good? Yes, thank you for communicating with us.
That was going off. There's no way you could say, I should fucking use the floor. We're on concrete, mate.
And that went off.
Yeah. Can you touch this device on the windowsill, please? By the window. Who are we communicating with? Oh, it's gone off again, man.
There we go.
Wow.
The investigator then asks if the supposed entity is a child. Sure enough, the light begins to flash once more.
There you go. There's two ways you can communicate with us. If you're a boy, if you're a child, can you do both of them at the same time, please? Imagine that.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Should we do an EVP?
Thank you for showing us, eh?
Oh, shit, man. I can't believe that.
Possibly the best evidence is caught later in the video, however, when one of the investigators manages to capture something quite extraordinary on his camera. Take a look.
Camera. Oh,
What?
oh man. What the we just caught?
What?
Look, it's like a kid. Runs off. Over there, behind that.
Looks like the thermal image of a child, one who seems to run past the pair and then disappear right into a wall.
Look.
It comes right close to it.
Yeah, look at her legs.
And behind that.
And where's the thermal imaging thing? You put it away.
Is it then possible that this is the ghost of a child that's somehow associated with the building, perhaps even a plague victim? Chalk this sighting up as one that can be added to the list of ever-growing paranormal entities that are thought to haunt Knowlton Church.
Look, it's like a kid. Runs off. Over there, behind that.
Look.
It comes right close to it.
Yeah, look at her legs.
And behind that.
And where's the thermal imaging thing? You put it away.
This next one isn't paranormal, but rather a wild coincidence that hasn't just happened once, but multiple times. In late January 2023, Reddit user PrimaryMap785 posted a rather extraordinary happenstance that left fellow Redditors aghast. The OP works as an electrician and was dragging cables in an old apartment. While pulling up some cable work behind a weathered plasterboard wall, he dredged up an aged newspaper. The extraordinary thing is, it was dated the same day, the 18th of January, exactly 101 years earlier. Naturally, the curious coincidence spawned all kinds of fun and wacky theories in the comments section. Everything from time travel to curses and split dimensions were even suggested. The weird thing is, several people noted that it had happened before in the US. On December 7th, 2017, Michigan local Mike Quinn was having his Manistee apartment rewired by two electricians from Shoreline Electric. The two workers, Rich and Scott, discovered in a crawl space of the old apartment a dried and yellow newspaper. The remarkable thing is, it was dated the 7th of December 1942, exactly 75 years later, which also happened to be the 75th anniversary of the Pearl Harbor bombings of World War II. Being a military enthusiast, Quinn noted the time of discovery and realised it was only an hour after the bombings happened, exactly 75 years earlier. The two wild coincidences caused the Reddit community to reflect on the concept of synchronicity. Synchronicity is the idea that events can be connected in a meaningful way even if they don't seem to be directly related by cause and effect. It's often described as a sense that things just fall into place in a way that seems more than just luck or chance. The concept was first introduced by psychologist Carl Jung in the late 1920s. He suggests that these coincidental events reflect a deeper, underlying order in the universe and can be interpreted as signs or messages from the unconscious mind. In Jung's view, synchronicities provide insight into an individual's psychological state and can help to guide personal growth and development. So is there some deeper meaning happening here? Can these separate instances hold elucidations that we don't yet understand, or is it all just pure coincidence? We'll leave that up to you to decide. This next eerie encounter was captured on a CCTV system overlooking a car park. It was uploaded to TikTok by Terra S Nocturnos. Take a look at what happens. Watching that again, a dark shadow seems to move from one person to the other. When this clip hit social media, a lot of viewers were stunned by the footage and began to suspect whether it was a demonic possession caught on camera. They noted how odd it is that both of the people seem to react to the shadow moving. So what do you think? Could this really be some kind of possession, or is there another explanation for this strange sighting? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. This creepy image was sent to us by a viewer named April. She says that her worried friend had shown her the photo thinking it might show a demonic entity. In the pic, we can see the poster's friend's daughter posing with another person. However, in the middle is a rather unsettling figure. It's pale and ghost-like with dark, sunken features. The story behind the photo is perhaps even eerier than the photo itself. The poster claims that she looked at the picture and immediately thought that the figure was actually someone that her friend knew. The poster claims that while she can't explain it, she sometimes gets flashes or feelings about this sort of thing, and on this occasion, she just knew. She also told her friend that someone had a box of pictures that will give you the answer as to who the mysterious figure is. About a month or two later, her aunt's cousin did give her a box of old photos. Among them were pictures of her mum as a child. She showed the images to the poster, who said, "Look, it's her." The way in which her friend's mother had died was especially tragic. She was hit by a semi-trailer while out riding her bicycle, and she believes there's evidence of her injuries in this photo. So what do you think? Does the figure seen in the middle of the first photo resemble the girl in the second? Take a look at them again, side by side, and let me know what you think. This next clip, uploaded to TikTok by Inversions S. Meccano, seems to show something strange happening to a dog, and many viewers are calling it paranormal. Watch. Watching that again, it looks like something grabs the dog by the leg. Some have said a ghost snatched at the poor pooch, but is this really what's going on here? Some commenters suggested perhaps the dog stood on something sharp like a prickle. Others said it almost looks like the dog is stretching out a cramp. So what do you think? Prickle, cramp, or ghost? Let your votes rip in the comments down below. A security camera in a popular shopping mall in China has captured something eerie happening late at night, and many are calling it the work of a ghost. In June 2020, employees of the Chengdu Star City shopping mall came in to open for the morning when they discovered a pram had somehow moved its way to the middle of the room. At first, they suspected it may have been a burglar, so they checked the security feed to see what had happened. What they saw left them shocked. Take a look. It's late at night, long after all employees and customers have gone home, yet somehow the stroller wheels its way across the room. Toward the end of the clip, you can see the doll inside of the pram begin to move as well. Viewers have even noted that there appears to be some orbs flying around the room. But admittedly, this could just be dust in front of the camera's lens. Chinese folklore is filled with tales and beliefs about ghosts. In Chinese culture, ghosts are seen as the spirits of those who have not been properly laid to rest or have suffered injustice in life. These ghosts are often portrayed as dangerous and malevolent beings that can cause harm to the living. There are various types of ghosts in Chinese folklore, such as the hungry ghost, which is the spirit of a person who died without descendants to offer sacrifices. Then there's the vengeful ghost, which is the spirit of a person who died with unresolved grievances. To prevent harm from these ghosts, Chinese culture has many rituals and practices. One such practice is the Ghost Festival, which is held during the 7th lunar month. During this time, it's believed that the gates of the afterlife have opened up, allowing ghosts to roam the earth. People make offerings such as food and paper money to appease the ghosts and prevent them from causing harm. So has the Star City security camera really captured a ghost, or is it all just a hoax? Let me know where you land on this sighting in the comments down below. In a rundown back alley in Asunción, the capital of Paraguay, there's a building known as the House of Horror. The now abandoned home is said to be so haunted that even squatters, drug dealers and criminals avoid the area entirely. In October 2018, a family of 5 were found brutally murdered inside the now infamous home. Dharma Rojas Roda, her 2 children, her mother Alva Rota, and her father Julio Rojas Daval were all discovered dead in what's been described as a cruel and violent act. The crime scene showed signs that it was hastily cleaned in an effort to remove evidence. 21-year-old Bruno Javier Maribel Ramirez, Alva Roda's son, was found guilty of the murder and sentenced to 30 years in prison plus 10 years parole. A year later, local news network C9N Paraguay visited the infamous House of Horrors to recount the crime live on TV. However, as reporters moved through the house, their microphones picked up something rather chilling. Take a listen.
Porque otro de los cuerpos justamente también se presumía que se encontró en el fondo, hacia donde nos estamos dirigiendo en estos momentos, ya en el fondo de la casa también.
It can be hard to hear at first, but as the journalist moves out into the courtyard, some screams are heard in the background. Here's the sound isolated and amplified.
Porque otro de los cuerpos justamente también se encontró en el fondo, hacia donde nos estamos dirigiendo en estos momentos, ya en el fondo de la casa también.
Viewers who heard the shocking clip said it sounds like a man yelling, followed by the screams of a woman and children.
Porque otro de los cuerpos justamente también se encontró en el fondo, hacia hacia donde nos estamos dirigiendo en estos momentos, ya en el fondo de la casa también.
The incident went viral in Paraguay and many speculated it's the residual screams of the family who were murdered there, a horrific EVP that's been etched into the very fabric of the home.
Otro de los cuerpos justamente también se encontró en el fondo, hacia donde nos estamos dirigiendo en estos momentos, ya en el fondo de la casa también.
Our last clip of the day is some eerie home security footage coming out of South America. It was uploaded to TikTok by Edward Ramirez. At first, everything seems perfectly normal as a woman heads downstairs of her apartment, but watch what happens next. A transparent figure in a white dress appears from the top right-hand corner of the screen. She lingers, then disappears. Shortly after, a chair slides across the floor. The White Lady is a common figure in South American folklore and is often depicted as a ghostly or supernatural being, often seen as an apparition in white clothing, roaming around graveyards, ruins, and other lonely places. The stories and the appearances of the White Lady vary depending on the country and culture, but she is usually considered a harbinger of bad news or death. The exact origin of the White Lady legend in South America is uncertain, as it's likely have been passed down through oral tradition for many generations. Some historians believe that the tales have been influenced by Spanish and Portuguese colonialism, as the stories have been introduced to the region by European settlers. The White Lady is also a common motif in folklore across many cultures and has been present in European legends for centuries. So is this the infamous White Lady that's said to have plagued the region for centuries? Take another look and decide for yourself. In June 2022, some eerie baby cam footage began to go viral on TikTok. Take a look. The young parents who captured this footage were freaked out when they spotted some fingers poking up through the rungs of their baby's crib. While at first this seems like it could easily be staged, a second angle on a different night shows the parents sleeping near the cot. They explain that under the cot is a very small space where they keep a few boxes, and that there's definitely no room at all for someone to hide and reach up through the rungs. From this second viewpoint, you can see that something seems to be pushing the mattress in the cot upwards. Then, something strange appears on the left-hand side of the cot. It disappears right as the dad wakes up and looks around the room. Yet another angle shows what appears to be two disembodied hands just under the bed. The dad points out that the space just under the bed is no more than ankle high. On another night, more eerie footage is captured. You can see a shadow moving on the far wall. Then more hands appear under the cot. This time, there appears to be 3 of them. A few seconds later, more movement can be seen under the cot. Again, as the father wakes up, whatever's under the baby's cot seems to disappear. The parents have since said they're getting rid of the cot and have asked their followers if anyone knows a good exorcist. Reactions have been varied for this series of clips. For obvious reasons, a lot of viewers think it's just a fun piece of staged footage designed to get a rise out of people. However, a fair few viewers are genuinely concerned for the baby's safety, saying that the parents should have the house blessed by a priest immediately. One viewer in particular said that they had also had an entity attach itself to a specific piece of furniture in their home. They claim it took 30 days, holy water and regular blessings from a priest to rid the presence from their home. So where do you sit on this footage? Is it too good to be true, or is this genuine paranormal activity? Share your opinions in the comments down below. In November 2021, a local family in Singapore was shocked to discover an eerie altar out the front of their house, which they suspect was used for black magic. After a series of escalating disputes with their neighbour, the family, who live in the Ang Mo Kio area of Singapore, discovered an altar at their front door. On it were two paper figurines of a man and a woman bound to a coffin. There were also two pieces of fruit pierced with iron nails. The flat owner's son-in-law asked about the altar at a local temple, where he was told it was most likely used for black magic and producing curses. The neighbour had also been spotted lurking at their door, making strange gestures and praying. The family reported the incident to the authorities, but due to its religious nature, they are yet to investigate what actually happened. So what would you do if you found an altar at your front door depicting your family in a coffin? Let me know in the comments down below. There's a townhouse in London that's reportedly so haunted and terrifying that anyone who spends a night in the upstairs attic will be driven to madness or death. Located in Berkeley Square in Mayfair, London, this 4-storey brick townhouse has a twisted and dark past. Stories tell of a wretched spectre that haunts the attic, capable of scaring people to death. Legends say it's the ghost of a girl who took her own life in the room after being abused by her uncle. During the 19th century, rumours spread of the haunted room and people began laying down challenges to spend a night. At least 2 deaths were attributed to the apartment in Victorian times. In 1879, the Mayfair magazine reported the death of a maid after she spent a night in the Berkeley Square attic. She was found in a psychotic state one morning and was taken to an asylum, where later that day she was pronounced dead. After the news of her death spread, a nobleman took up the challenge to spend the night in the room. He was found dead the next morning. The coroner announced that he had died of fright. Then, in 1887, 2 sailors from the HMS Penelope stayed the night in the attic. By morning, one sailor was found dead. It's thought that he tripped and fell while trying to flee the apartment. The other sailor reported seeing the former owner of the building aggressively approach them, then disappear. The building is currently not open to the public, but it's said that the room where the ghost is believed to reside is kept locked at all times. Does this next photo show a ghost? The poster seems to think so. It was sent to us by Shannon Young Andrew, who claims it was sent to her by her sister's mother-in-law's best friend. In it, we can see a ghostly shape that resembles a girl wearing a white dress with dark hair and eyes. The poster says that the woman who snapped the pic is 72 years old and lives in Missouri. Her house had flooded, and after ripping out the carpet, she claimed to keep seeing a little girl. However, after no one believed her, she decided to try and capture a photo to prove that she wasn't crazy. Aside from the ghostly looking shape, the poster thinks that they can also see a demonic face just next to the girl. Take a look and tell me if you can see it in the comment section down below. The following photo seems to show something that no one can quite explain. TikTok user Alinda says that they discovered this photo of their younger brother opening presents on what we can presume is his birthday. However, the family was disturbed by the presence of a person in the background. No one in the family can recognize the lady and have no idea why she would be in the photo, let alone at a family gathering. The aunts of the family told the OP's mother that she should burn the photograph immediately. The photo is an old printout from film, so we can assume no Photoshop trickery is happening here, and the lady doesn't look like the result of double exposure either. So given that the family can't identify the woman, nor can they fathom why she'd even be in their house, one has to wonder what's really being captured here. In August 2013, a security camera overlooking a busy roadway in Bangalore, India, captured something truly strange, and some viewers are calling it a genuine ghost caught on camera. Watch. It's after midnight when a strange white shape appears in the middle of the road. It moves slowly to the right, then stops, before several cars seem to pass right through it. Some viewers have suggested it looks like a woman wrapped in a white robe, noting that at times she even appears to cast a shadow, but then at other times seems to be completely transparent. The NH4 highway, which runs through Bangalore, has been home to some eerie and unsettling urban legends. Many drivers who use the road at night have reported seeing a woman dressed in a white sari pleading for a lift on the side of the highway. When a driver pulls over, the lady is said to disappear completely. However, when they pull away to drive off, she reappears laughing maniacally in their rearview mirror. Another notable ghost sighting is that of a woman who also wears a white sari that appears at dawn around Ulsor Lake. According to local law, anyone who dares look into her eyes will be cursed with 7 years of bad luck. Given that the figure in the security footage appears to be wearing white, many locals believe it's finally evidence of the ghostly woman that's been haunting Bangalore for decades. Here's some more eerie home security footage. Its origins are unknown, but it's been spreading through social media quickly this past few weeks. This version was uploaded to Twitter by Studio Paranormal. Watch. Two misty shapes drift through the yard. They look like two floating figures wearing robes or tattered rags. Interestingly, whatever they are, they appear to manipulate the camera's motion detection. When they disappear, the light turns off and the camera switches to night vision. This suggests that something was in the yard, something big enough to trigger the motion sensor. Unfortunately, no one seems to know where or when this was captured, so it's difficult to dig deeper into the history of the property. So for now, all we can do is watch and wonder as to what these two eerie shapes really are. This footage, supposedly captured in Chile, was first uploaded to Instagram by user Roger Sign and was then shared to Reddit by user FlimsyUnion1524. The clip shows four orb-shaped lights that appear to be hovering over a building.
Es mierda esa wea. Qué chucha.
They remain stationary for a few seconds. The camera holder then seems to indicate the direction from which they first appeared.
Así. hasta acá.
However, when he returns the camera's focus to the lights, they suddenly begin to ascend into the sky, flying upwards in unison before almost disappearing from view.
Se están elevando para arriba. Hola, weá, acuática, weá.
As usual, the Reddit community put on their detective hats and quickly went to work trying to identify the objects. Some suggested airplanes, others helicopters, or even drones. However, no one seemed to be able to definitively prove just what they actually were. So for now at least, it seems this video will have to remain a genuine UFO sighting.
Hola, weá, acuática, weá.
This next one comes from the TikTok account Escape Paranormal. A security guard was working the night shift when he noticed something strange on one of the monitors. He wasn't certain of what he saw, so he decided to play back the footage. That's when he couldn't quite believe what he was seeing. Out of nowhere, a transparent woman appears. It almost looks like she's just a head floating through the yard. Shocked by what he was seeing, the guard rushed outside only to find there was no one around. These sort of security camera sightings can often be explained away as poor compression rates, overlapped images, or even strange lighting. However, the fact that the guard rushed to the scene only to find nothing has left many viewers spooked. So what do you think this is? Did the lady just walk away without the guard knowing? Let me know where you land on this one in the comments down below. This next image was submitted to our Slaptam subreddit by user YogurtSoup619. The OP was playing with their younger brother on Christmas morning when they decided to take some photos of him playing with his toys. When they reviewed the photo, they couldn't quite explain what was captured. In the back, just over the young child's left shoulder, there appears to be a disembodied head. You can make out hair floating in mid-air. There was no one else in the room when this photo was taken, and the family has no way to explain the eerie presence. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of other details to run with about this pic, so for now, I'll throw this one out to you, the viewers, for final judgment. How do you explain that eerie disembodied head? Is it Photoshop, a camera glitch, or something else entirely? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Sticking with strange things happening to animals, our last clip of the day shows something truly odd. The clip was uploaded to TikTok by Les Mikus. Take a look. The footage comes from the OP's home security camera placed inside their bedroom. As you can see, the cat gets lifted up into the air, as if by some unseen presence. The description, which is in Spanish, says that the OP believes their cat protects them from ghosts. Cats have long been associated with supernatural and paranormal phenomena. For centuries, cats have been seen as mysterious creatures that can detect unseen energies, such as ghosts and spirits. From ancient Egypt to the present day, cats have been credited with extraordinary powers of intuition and protection from evil forces. Many cultures around the world view cats as protectors against supernatural events, including witches, ghosts, and other spooky creatures. Some people believe that cats can even predict when a ghost or spirit is in the area. In some cases, people report their cats staring at something that isn't there, or playing with an invisible object that no one else can see. However, some keen-eyed viewers aren't quite buying the ghost theory about this clip. They believe you can see the cat being subtly lifted by the person in the bed. So what do you think? Are we seeing a cat interact with a ghost, or is there a more simple explanation to this footage? Let me know down below. Here's some eerie footage that was uploaded to YouTube by JRR Channel several years ago. A young boy in Norway was out walking in his local park one morning when suddenly he spotted this happening at the swings. One of the tyre swings appears to be moving, all on its own. Its momentum stays eerily steady for over a minute. Annoyingly, the camera work is enough to make you vomit with nausea, so here it is, stabilised a little. The initial reactions to the footage were that the boy pushed the swing and ran back, then started filming, which is entirely possible, but it doesn't quite explain how the tyre keeps its momentum up. Some viewers came to the conclusion that we're seeing a ghost, perhaps the spirit of a child that died in the area that just wants to play one last time. This next eerie image was posted to Facebook by Tyresha Smith. She says that her friend Wesley had his 18-wheeler truck break down in New Hampshire right next to a cemetery. While waiting for repairs, Wesley said that he spotted something moving at the corner of his eye, but when he looked over, there was nothing there. Spooked by the setting, he decided to take some photos. Adjacent to the graveyard in the middle of the road, you can see a transparent figure. If you zoom in, you can see right through the figure. When the post hit Facebook, a lot of viewers confirmed that the location was Valley Street Cemetery and that there's always been an unsettling vibe around the property. Many said that it feels like someone's always watching you, and one commenter even claims to have seen a full-bodied spectre walking around the grounds at nighttime on more than one occasion. So, could this really be a ghost caught on camera? Take another look and judge for yourself. This next one's a bit of a palate cleanser between the ghosts and ghouls. It has nothing to do with the paranormal at all, but it sure is out there. Take a look. This clip, which was uploaded to Instagram by bsb.prospects, shows a young boy hitting a few humdingers at the park, when suddenly the ball ricochets off the net and lands perfectly back on the tee. The kid rightly loses his mind and starts dancing around, pointing at the ball. Well now, back to the ghosties. Ever captured a photo that when you look at it reveals someone or something that gives you the chills? It seems that this was the case with this photo sent to us by Tonya Southworth. In it, we see her friend Mandy posing for a pic as some sort of eerie figure looms overhead. The figure is pale and ghost-like and seems to be staring right into the camera. According to the poster, her friend showed her the photo after returning to work from lunch. She had gone home during the break, and when she returned, she had a strange look on her face. The poster's friend had supposedly taken the photo because she felt a coldness behind her. This wasn't the first hint at something paranormal haunting her home either. Prior to capturing this image, she had been experiencing some weird things. These included items being moved around her apartment and even having her hair pulled. So what do you think this mysterious figure could be? Is it a resident poltergeist perhaps? Or is there another way to explain the photo? Let me know your thoughts on this one in the comments down below.
まあでも本当にね、この家は
Omagatoki Film is a ghost hunting channel from Japan. In this video, they explore a supposedly haunted house that's said to have somewhat of a curse. Once you enter, you'll lose your mind. Not long after going inside, they stumble across some writing scribbled on one of the walls.
がいます。気をつけて。あ、全くない。ポスターを貼って目が合うときは。
The investigators note that it's quite hard to read, but they seem to be able to decipher some of the parts. It says something about a woman who was covered in bugs, and that she was doing terrible things. They speculate that the scribblings might have been written by the previous resident. The investigators then split up, keeping in contact via radio. One sets up a camera in what appears to be an old bedroom. He cautiously examines the space, including what looks like an empty closet. On the other side of the room is another space. However, in this one, the investigator notices that there appears to be a gap between the ceiling and the wall. He pushes the panel, revealing a secret room. Inside, he finds several old photographs, some clothes, and a mysterious white box. The photos all seem to be of a family, including some captured at a wedding. He also notices that all the clothes seem to have belonged to a woman. He opens the mysterious box, finding a piece of cloth with writing on it. It's about now that he says he can start to hear a strange voice. The explorer contacts his partner to alert him of the find. As he does, his secondary camera captures something rather chilling. Take a look. At first, it might be hard to notice. However, if you brighten the footage, you can see a ghostly looking figure peering around the corner of the door. The investigator doesn't seem to notice and continues talking to his partner. He explains what he found inside the long white box. He says that it's actually a place to store someone's remains. The box also contains some incense and a money bag. The investigator then decides to leave the room. However, he keeps a camera set up to record. Watch again to see what it captures. Like before, the room is too dark to make anything out clearly, but when the footage is brightened, we can see the same dark figure seen earlier as it reappears in the doorway. This time, however, we get a better look. It looks like a woman. So could this be the bug-covered lady mentioned in the writing on the wall? Take another look and tell me what you think this is in the comments down below. Our last clip of the day was uploaded to TikTok by Soy Julio Lopez. In this video, a man by the name of Snyder Flores is filming his daughter walking through a park at nighttime. It's hard to hear what he's saying, but he follows her with the camera as she's walking along a pathway. See if you can spot anything strange.
Enojada. Y enojada. Oh, Mai.
It can be hard to see at first, but if we slow it down, just behind the bush, you can see a pair of feet, or perhaps a shadow.
Oh, May!
But when he films behind the bush, there's nothing there.
Yo te sigo. Por aquí se movió algo. Por aquí por este árbol.
Another strange detail that some viewers have pointed out is that there appears to be a shadowy figure in the distance at the start of the clip.
Planeta. Enojada. Y enojada. Oh, May!
Admittedly though, this might just be another person enjoying the park at night time. However, the disappearing feet are a little more mysterious. Where do they go, and who do they belong to? Some commenters immediately said it was a glimpse of a shadow person, a type of terrifying paranormal entity that's said to only exist in our periphery. However, some viewers are suspicious of why the father was filming his daughter at nighttime in the first place. They suspect the whole thing's staged. So where do you sit on this sighting then? Shadow man, ghost, or is it all just a hoax? Let me know your opinions in the comments down below.
Oh, May! Yo te sigo. Por aquí se movió algo. Por aquí por este árbol.
Well, hey, that's the end of the episode. Thank you so much for watching. Click these 2 links here if you want to watch more scary clips. Leave us a comment down below. Hit that subscribe button if you're new. And that's it for me. I'll see you all next time.